the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go
This is
live.
aka Jackson the Truth. I'm here with Adam Smith, head of Sky Boxing. How you doing, sir?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm really good. It's a pleasure talking to you. Adam, I have to ask, Sky Sports, with the announcement of this deal with Dazn, BT with Top Rank, and also ITV with PBC, the fans thought, yes, this is something great. We're going to be sport for choice in boxing. But on the face of things, it hasn't quite panned out that way. With Sky in particular, we had two world champions fighting the undercard of Tevin Farmer over the weekend. How frustrating is it for you that we don't get to see those fights over in the UK?
Look, I think it's boxing is a cyclical sport. Okay, I think we've had a phenomenal time over the last 6-7 years in Britain, following the London 2012 Olympics, which obviously gave us Anthony Joshua and Luke Campbell and Nicola Adams and Katie Taylor and Anthony Ogogo and all those sort of guys. And I think that it's great the women's boxing is flying. Katie Taylor was phenomenal last weekend in Philadelphia. She trains in America, she's fighting in America, and a lot of the money is in America at the minute. We've had a phenomenal time here with huge stadium shows excuse me, that you and I would never have dreamt of a few years ago. Filling Wembley 80,000 for Froch Groves was incredible, and we hadn't been doing anything like those sort of shows before that. On the back of that, AJ fought at the Principality twice. We went back to Wembley. Incredible times and incredible moments for the British sports fan. A lot of fighters have been offered a lot of money to fight in America, and DAZN are throwing big money at it, as are ESPN, who've just signed Tyson Fury up for huge money. Deontay Wilder just turned down a load of money to fight on DAZN to stay loyal to Showtime. So, look, there's a lot happening. When the sport is successful, things change. We had the majority of things our way in the last few years, and then BT came in, and ITV have come back, and Channel 5 have sort of flicked in and out, and over the sea, obviously, ESPN, DAZN, Fox are now making a real move again, Showtime, HBO have packed up, so things have changed. I think when boxing's successful, everyone wants a part of it. What I can say is that Sky have stayed loyal to boxing for 25 to 30 years. Ever since I've been there, we've been boxing in, year out, providing some of the great moments throughout the sport and some of the great fighters. And while we don't have as many massive British shows over here at the moment, we've got some great shows. The Copper Box being one this Saturday night, it's fantastic, with Charlie Edwards and defending his world title. What an opportunity for Joshua Buatsi, Lawrence Okoli, Lewis Ritson, to see Wadi Camacho. What a great fight that is, Okoli and Camacho. Real stacked, strong bills. Same again, Liverpool next week. So there's some really good British bills coming up, but a lot of fighters like, I guess the likes of Kell Brook and Amir Khan, and the ones that are a little older in the tooth and more experienced, are finding a bit more money at the end of their careers in America. So we have to listen to that. The good thing is we've got a great relationship with DAZN. We're bringing in all their material, they're bringing in all ours, and we've got a long-term deal with Eddie and Barry at Matchroom, and it's a fantastic schedule, week in, week out, America and here.
Well, all the fights that you just reeled off, and the notable fights that we've had with Anthony Joshua, etc., would those things have come to fruition if there was as much competition? If DAZN existed, for example, over on the other side of the pond and was trying to actively seek our fighters, would those things have happened? I asked this question because I noticed that at any press conference, at most press conferences, we emphasize looking for the next generation of stars. How are we supposed to facilitate that need if there is an obligation, it seems, from Eddie Hearn to put those people on DAZN as well, so that they get exposure in the US? How do we get to generate a following?
Well, first of all, I think that's why Next Gen was made. Next Gen is brilliant. Jordan Gill topped it. We've got another one probably coming in May, and that's a great opportunity for the youngsters to headline and get that experience. But if you look at this show on Saturday night, this is opportunity knocks time. One of these guys, maybe two of them, maybe Shannon Courtney on the turning pro. One or two of these are going to become real names in the sport, real stars. It's their chance. I was critical of the Ted Cheeseman show a few weeks ago. I didn't think that was strong enough for a Saturday fight night. As it was on the night, it ended up being a good one. But Ted had his opportunity. It didn't quite work for him. Now others have got theirs. And I think, with the retirement of Tony Bellew, of George Groves, of James DeGale, of David Hay, there is a next generation needed. And we need to give these fighters exposure on Saturday fight nights at prime time. Then the casual audience who are watching the football and watching the cricket and turn over to the boxing will get to know them. And then we can build the stars of the future.
Okay, final question. Are we in any danger of Eddie Hearn at the end of his contract speaking to DAZN, trying to get them to launch in here, or will Sky Sports continue to work, or will hope to continue to work with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and bring us the fights that we love?
Listen, I worked with Eddie Hearn. I've worked with Eddie Hearn for many years, and Barry for even longer. Of course, we'd like to continue our relationship with Matchroom. It's been extremely successful. We've got plenty of time left on our deal. And remember that Barry's also got a big deal for the darts and other sports with Sky. And who knows what's going to happen with DAZN? That's not my business. They've got to succeed. They're throwing a lot of money at the shows at the moment in America, and they will have their own agendas and their own targets to hit. And best ask Joe Markowski how they're doing with that. And we wish them well, because at the moment we're colleagues and compatriots. If they enter the UK market, then that's a different announcement, and an announcement that we'll deal with when that happens, or even if it happens. There's a bigger picture here than just boxing. The Premier League is the almighty, and we've got the closest title race in years about to finish on Sky. And we've also got all the majors in golf and the Formula One and the cricket. What an amazing summer with the Ashes and the World Cup and everything else. So there's a lot of rights that tie down with Sky Sports. Let's see what happens.
Well, Adam, I really appreciate your time. The press conference is about to start. Thank you for talking to the Boxing Voice.
No problem at all. Enjoy the show on Saturday.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive, from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.